A shocking and emotional verdict has been delivered in a heartbreaking case that shook an entire community. After more than 2 weeks of court proceedings, the jury has sentenced 34-year-old Tanner Horner to death for the kidnapping and murder of 7-year-old Athena Strand. Horner had initially been set to go on trial, but on April 7th, he pleaded guilty to the horrific crime that took place in November 2022 in rural Wise County. As the sentence was read in court, emotions ran high. Athena's uncle, Elijah Strand, delivered a powerful and heartbreaking statement. He said there are no words that can truly describe the devastation their family has suffered. He shared one of his last memories of Athena, running toward him with open arms, joyfully calling out, "Uncle Elijah." Now, he said, that voice is gone forever. Despite the emotional atmosphere in the courtroom, Horner showed no visible reaction as Judge George Gallagher formally sentenced him to death. The execution will be carried out by lethal injection at a later date in Huntsville, Texas. The tragic events began on November 30th, 2022, when Horner arrived at the family's home in the small town of Paradise to deliver a Christmas package. That same day, Athena disappeared. Her body was discovered just 2 days later. Horner claimed that he accidentally struck the young girl with his van and then strangled her in panic. However, prosecutors strongly rejected this version of events, calling his explanation nothing but lies. During closing arguments, District Attorney James Stainton told the jury that while the death penalty should only be used in the most extreme cases, this was one of them. He said Tanner Horner is the reason parents hold their children tighter and why children feel afraid to play outside. Horner pleaded guilty to capital murder of a child under 10, as well as aggravated kidnapping. The jury had 2 choices: life in prison without parole or the death penalty. Ultimately, they concluded that Horner poses a continuing threat to society and found no sufficient mitigating factors to spare his life. An automatic appeal has now been filed, and a lawyer will be appointed for the next stage of the legal process. Horner's defense team argued for mercy, stating that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, a condition caused by heavy alcohol exposure before birth, which can lead to emotional and cognitive difficulties. They said his problems began before he was even born. But for Athena's family, no explanation could ever ease the pain. Her uncle described an emptiness that can never be filled. He said Athena was more than just a headline. She was full of laughter, kindness, and dreams that will now never come true. In a final emotional moment, Elijah Strand looked directly at Horner and said that while Athena will always be remembered and celebrated, Horner will be forgotten. Originally committed in Wise County, the trial was moved to Fort Worth to ensure a fair and impartial process. This tragic case leaves behind a grieving family, a shaking community, and a reminder of how fragile innocence can be.